where a former employee of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Kehinde Fatinoye, and his wife, Oluwabukunola, who were killed on New Year's Day in Abeokuta, have now been buried. They were killed at their residence in Ibara, Abeokuta, after returning from a crossover service. The assailants also went away with the deceased son and housemaid and subsequently dumped them in the river. The housemaid, who later escaped, alerted the police, which led to the recovery of the body of the deceased son. The younger brother to the deceased, Kehinde Fatinoye, spoke with TVC News in Abeokuta. And now, in its efforts to strengthen the criminal justice system and standardize investigation processes in Nigeria Police Force, the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, has ordered a streamlining of all police investigative processes to prevent duplication of investigation. The IGP, in a statement by the Force Public Relations Officer, Oluwabukunola, gave the directives as the reviews of files and cases in response to complaints on indiscriminate transfers of cases from zonal and state commands and other investigative units of the force by operatives. He stressed that the situation has often given rise to parallel investigations by multiple units, leading to conflicting arrests of parties and different outcomes, even when such matters have been conclusively investigated and charged to court. IGP Usman Baba therefore warned that transfer for taking over of cases from commands and formations to federal headquarters-based outfits must only be carried out upon approval of a written petition to the Inspector General of Police, which will serve as authority for any such action. He also appeals to members of the public to be on the same page with the police leadership in its bid to sanitize the process and strengthen criminal justice system. Now, fewer than 400 vulnerable groups have been empowered by the food items by the non-governmental organization in Taraba State. The beneficiaries are victims of the recent flood and communal conflicts in the state. In a remark, the president of Complete Glorious Women Fellowship International, Mrs. Monisola Akintunde, said the mission of the organization is to reach out to the less privileged and young girls across the country by rebuilding them morally, spiritually, and financially.
This organization itself, they are used to helping us as if they are the government. We need government also to help them so that the organization will be more than this.
It's the organization that keeps us happy, knowing the word of God, and so many things.
The Complete Glorious Women Fellowship is a fellowship that's founded by God, and then our mission is to reach to young girls in secondary schools, tertiary institutions, by teaching them the word of God, teaching them to live right, teaching them to keep their body. We also reach out to the less privileged in the community by providing scholarship.
Now, it's the first working day of the year 2023, and business activities are beginning to pick up. In Lagos State, while work has begun, many are not so keen on resuming work. TVC News correspondent Theophilus Ilama went to State Secretariat and other business areas, the business districts. The report.
The beginning of the year ushers in a wave of mixed emotions for many. The holiday is over, work resumes, and reality dawns. For a metropolitan city like Lagos, work might not have fully closed during the holidays, but it fully resumes on the first working day of the year. For some of the respondents, this holiday is quite short.
Actually, this morning when I woke up, something still tells me that I should go back to bed. But like I said, the reality always dawns that I need to get to work today. So now that I'm on my way to work, it feels great.
I won't lie to you. Deep within me, it's more like I should not resume today. Like I should have the whole week and resume maybe next week, the day of it. Maybe because it's not just enough for a whole year.
I feel refreshed and I thank God for life. I feel what will happen next should be the best. But we just pray for God's grace.
Despite the length of the break and eventual resumption, others are not to be perturbed by this.
You need to celebrate with your co officers in the office, and that is why I'm looking forward towards it to resume and catch fun with my officers and enjoy ourselves.
We tend to lose traction with our plans and goals if we give ourselves so much of a break. Maybe it's my personality, but I think that if your plan is to rest for a certain amount of time, yes, or rest for a certain amount of time. After the rest, then work has to commence, whether it's work in the office or whatever plan you've put into place. To be honest with you, I think you'll agree with me that a lot of people use the holiday period not necessarily to rest, maybe to catch up on some things that they weren't really able to do, while they were working.
Being the first working day in the year 2023, the scales are falling off the eyes of many, and there is a realization that we have to get up from our beds and go to work. But of course, many that we have spoken to are of the view that the fear of hunger and poverty is greater than the need to sleep on their bed and enjoy the holiday. Theophilus Ilama, TVC News, Lagos.
And in Abuja, civil servants are optimistic that a new year will bring improvements in their lives. They're hoping, among other things, that the economy improves and also look forward to enhanced welfare. Celestina Area reports.
It is the first work day in the year 2023 after the Christmas and New Year holidays. At the Federal Secretariat, activities are gradually picking up as civil servants trickle into their workplaces. On a usual day, this place would have been a beehive of activities, but many civil servants appear to have stayed away, still being in the spirit of Christmas and New Year celebrations. I spoke to those who have resumed, and it is obvious high expectations and hopes from the government in this new year. While some applaud the government for doing reasonably well in 2022, others insist the authorities can do more to bring changes, work and improvement to the living standard of all citizens.
We're hoping to see changes, not the type of changes we received last year, last two tenure. The one we are expecting this time should be a better one.
Previously, what these administrations they have done in terms of infrastructure, to my own best of my knowledge, they tried.
I'm scared of travel. Each time I want to travel to Edo State, I'm always scared of kidnapping, bad roads, armed robbers, and what have you.
As a civil servant, if you check, the purchasing power of the civil servant has been eroded by the current economic situation of the country. So government should do better on that.
Salary structure is there. Our own, we need a staff boss, understand, that because of the transport issue, that will help us convey us to work.
Mohammed, a Syrian who has lived more than 10 years in the country, hopes for the best in the new year.
I hope and I like to Nigeria become better because we love Nigeria. I came from Syria, but I love Nigeria so much because I spent many years in this country. And we hope for the next government to do well, good job for those people.
This year, citizens will go to the polls to cast their ballot to elect a new president, which will usher in a new administration. President Muhammadu Buhari has assured Nigerians that his administration will ensure a smooth transition to that new administration. Celestina Area, TVC News, Abuja.